about this, and that is Jahlani Tavai, New England Patriots linebacker, who joins us today as opposed to Friday because of the bye week. And Jahlani, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys?
We're great. We were just talking about that hit on Trevor Lawrence and how difficult is it when you're out there and your job is to hit guys, to control something like that. I'm sure you've seen it. Where do you stand on a hit like that?
I mean, that was tough. I think it's the hardest thing to do is like tackling a quarterback because you don't know if they're going to slide. You don't know if they're going to try and get the extra yard or go out of bounds. So I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but it's just a tough play.
Is there any?
I don't know.
Is there any fix from you? Like Wiggy brought up his potential fix.
5-yard halo. If the quarterback doesn't slide with early enough, then he is fair game. Because I've never tackled anybody, but I know it's got to be hard because they wait till the last second to slide, and they have enough room to slide earlier.
I mean, this also goes on probably the players or on the quarterbacks too. Like you can't slide last minute. That's I mean, as much as you think that, like, I don't know. I don't like it because they're so protected in this league. I mean, back in the day, you could do whatever to a quarterback. You can dog rag him, you could whatever, and everybody was okay with it.
Right.
And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that was a great play." Now it's like, screw this guy. He's a terrible player. Da da da. But back in the day, like that's how we learned how to play before the rules changed.
Jahlani.
But it's again. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, again, it's on the player to make sure if he wants to be safe, slide early.
Jahlani, you guys had practice yesterday before your bye week. Gerard Mayo's big proclamation yesterday was it was time to hit the reset button for you guys and figure some things out. Losing these really close games down to the wire like you guys did on Sunday, how difficult is it for a team, and what's been the message inside the locker room for the end of the season?
I mean, I agree with him. It's definitely a week of us reflecting on the year and hitting that reset button. Right now everybody's trying to put on good film because it comes down to job security now. So it's up to the guys if they want to improve. Then they have to understand that we gotta fix those little things. Especially when it comes down to the last few seconds of the game, we can't allow teams to capitalize on our mistakes.
We just played some audio from Drake May, and he, after the game on Sunday, talked about this loss being heartbreaking. Is that kind of the sentiment that you have and that this team has?
Of course, those close games like that, especially, when it comes down to us on the defensive side, a part of us feel like we just let it down with those last few critical plays, whether it was penalties or misreads. But yeah, that one was tough. It was tough to swallow after the game. But yeah, it's on to a new week. Luckily, it's bye week, and we got to reset.
Jahlani, your former coach last night was on with Jim Gray and podcast, Let's Go podcast, and he said that he feels sorry for the defensive players this year that the team hasn't been able to be as successful defensively as they were with him. What would you say to that commentary?
I don't know. I don't listen to I don't really watch the media, so right now we're just trying to, figure things out and like I said, we're trying to reset. I'm not trying to listen to the outside noise as much as I love Coach Bill. Yeah, we just got to reset.
Well, never mind his perspective. when you look at this defense, you were here last year, and you look at statistically it being in most every category worse than it was last year. What do you when you point at a reason, or when you reflect on why that is? What do you think that is? You know,
It's just attention to detail, whether it's us making tackles or keeping the quarterback in the pocket. It's always those little things that just bite us in the butt. So it's probably just I would just say that.
When it comes to attention to detail, a lot of people want to put that on Gerard Mayo as somebody who plays for him. What would you say to those people? Do you think that the defense failing and the penalty issues, does that fall on him?
No, this is a team sport. You know, we're all at blame. You know, we can't just throw it on our coach. You know, so I take responsibility of whatever I've done. I know the guys do the same. So it's not one person's fault. You know, this is a collective, and that's what I love about team sports.
Jahlani, when you say the little things and haven't played the game before, generally attention to detail, little things, I feel like sometimes is the players not putting enough mental work in studying film, doing situational football.
Here we go again from the former player.
Do you feel like that but do you feel like at times, because like when you say the little things, is it a lack of focus and a lack of maybe not understanding the situation?
No, we go over situational football every day. You know, it's like when I say the little details, it's like if we're in cover 3, we're the hook players, we got to get depth. You know, sometimes guys think that they're getting depth, but really they're working more lateral than they are or horizontal than getting depth. So there's stuff like that. Like it's the hidden things that people don't see in the game. And then sometimes and then plus it's penalties. You know, we're biting ourselves in the butt, whether it's us being not conditioned or whatever. Like that's simple things that we shouldn't be doing.
Do you also think, and I think Boomer Esiason brought this up, but Ty and I talk about it, the lack of practice time, because practice is a way shorter, that maybe when you talk about a guy getting to his hook to curl zone, he's not doing it enough in practice where it becomes second nature. Do you think that might affect some of the, overlooking the little things, is the lack of practice time that you guys actually have to be out on the field?
I don't think so, because, I don't like to compare, of course, but if we're putting last year and this year together, like we had the same amount of time in practice and the outcome was like that. And, now, and if we look at the present, it's on the guys to do stuff after practice. If they want to get the extra work in with the older guys or with the assistant coaches, like that's on the guys. And like I said, I do see those guys do that after practice. I will see Wise at the sleds after we break the huddle, and he's out there for probably 15 to 30 minutes after practice is done. So, it's stuff like that that'll help.
I mean, for you, we should point out the positive. Nice tip that led to an interception on Sunday.
Appreciate it.
And something perhaps that we can end this on a positive note. Something that we can definitely agree on. I think on the holiday table, when it comes to perhaps a leftover Thanksgiving sandy, or just warm and buttered, King's Hawaiian, the
rolls,
the best roll to have on the holiday.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that too.
We would agree on that, at least.
Those are great for making sliders.
They are great for slide. They're really great for anything.
Oh, yeah.
They really are. The crescent.
Y'all got extra.
I no use for the
y'all
crescent.
Got leftover ham.
Yeah. Oh, leftover ham. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, I would make a breakfast sandwich out of that. Throw some eggs, cut the whole roll in half. Throw some eggs in there, and then leftover ham and cheese. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Toast it up, throw
Yeah.
some jelly on it.
Jelani, Greg never leaves the house without at least a pocket full of King's Hawaiian.
As you should.
All right. Well, listen.
He's a smart guy.
Enjoy the bye week, and we will get to talk to you again next week. All right?
I appreciate it.
All right. There you have Jelani.